Alright, thank you for checking out this video. This one's going to be a bit of a channel update, I guess, and a bit about what I want to do creatively with my little side project of YouTube I have going on, and why, and what, if you follow my channel, you can come to expect from it in the near future. So to anyone who's been following my channel, I thank you very, very sincerely for checking out what I do, having any sort of input on it, or if anything I've ever said in any of my videos has helped you either with making a purchasing decision or just with how you like to play Airsoft, then thank you for taking the time, using some of your precious time to listen to what I have to say. So I've been sort of ad hoc making videos and posting them to my YouTube channel now for about a couple of years, maybe a bit more. And it's difficult when you have the amount of time I do to put into making the style of videos that I do. It's actually quite hard to find time to do it consistently. Now, channel growth has never really been the goal for me. My goal has been to just share my experience with products, with Airsoft in general, and in the hopes that someone out there will find it useful. I think there's a lot of content on YouTube, and it's all different perspectives of experience, and different people have different experiences. So for every good review out there that there is on something that focuses only on the good, there does need to be a documented experience of the negative experiences that other people might have, so that there is a balanced viewpoint that you can research before buying something or trying something or going somewhere. And I think that's what YouTube's a very good platform for. And vice versa. If there's only negative content out there, reviews and opinions on products and places, if you have a good experience with something, you should put that out there to counter it. I'm not saying you should make things up, but you should, if you have a good experience with something, it would be nice to let people know, so that there is positive as well as negative with everything, because there is. In my experience with YouTube, there is a lot of unpredictability. It's difficult to predict what kind of video is going to do better than others. So that's why it's important to not focus on that and just focus on making the content that you want to make. And as long as you do it well, it should be well received. However, that's not always the case. Sometimes the videos I spend the longest amount of time making and filming and editing are the ones that do poorly compared to ones that I think of off the cuff and throw together with minimal time and effort, and they do really, really well. One example is the advice videos that I do for players getting into Airsoft or getting into gas blowback rifles. The cheap Airsoft gear, what to get and what to avoid and stuff. Those videos do really well, but a video that I spend ages coming up with a weird skit and narrative for, they just aren't as popular, and they don't do as well. And maybe it's just because the content's not as good, and that's fine. I can accept that. I have fun making the videos regardless, making all the content and editing it, but it is very time consuming. And this isn't a problem only I have, this is a problem all content creators have. Once upon a time, I loved just going to games and playing. I also really loved collecting replicas, taking them apart, putting them back together, figuring out how they work. And I was very much a tinkerer. I like the realism and the mechanics of gas blowback airsoft guns in particular. And so that's just sort of been the main focus of my channel. I don't particularly enjoy just doing review videos. I think it's very overdone, and as much as I think there is a necessity for people to review stuff that they buy to help create a better base of information to inform more people on what is good and what's bad and have very honest, raw videos on, I do think that for me, creating that content is just a little bit dry. It's a little bit boring. That kind of content, it kind of has an expiry date, you know? And not all of it is worthy of standing the test of time and keeping for 10 years to see how well it does in 10 years' time. Like a Tokyo Marui MWS, for example. So with that in mind, what is it that I enjoy most about the hobby? As I said, I used to really enjoy going and playing games, but as I've got a bit older and got more responsibilities, that becomes a bit less and less as time goes on. The sites that I used to frequent quite often because I knew I would 100% have a good time have shut down, unfortunately. And while the people that run it are working on opening new sites, I'm left going to sites that I don't go to very often and find can be kind of disappointing compared to the experiences I had at the sites that I chose to go to, despite them being further away from where I would move to and currently live, because I knew they were really good and I would have a good time. So this makes playing a bit less fun, and I'm still trying to search for the right sites to play at because I do miss playing. But as I said, as I've got older and I've got more responsibilities, I'm unable to play as often as I like. So I prefer, and I did prefer it, having places to play that I knew were always going to be a good time. So going and playing at a new place every few weeks or every month, and then having a bad time and still not having found a new really good place to play, gets a bit grating. I was at a woodland place the other week that's quite close to my house, and I just didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy playing anymore. I much prefer CQB anyway. And near me, there just aren't very many options. But there's a few that I'm yet to try. So again, where does this leave me with creating content? If I don't like making review videos anymore, and I don't like making, and I don't get to play very often, I can't really put those review replicas to the test, you know? Buying replicas in to review for YouTube content is extremely expensive. And with my responsibilities and my lack of time, I can't, that's not something that I can financially maintain. The people that are able to do that on YouTube definitely have better paying day jobs than I do and or a lot less responsibility financially than I do. So where does this leave me? Well, what I do really enjoy doing, even though it's the kind of content that so far doesn't get the most views on my YouTube channel, my favourite kind of content to make is the how-to build videos. So moving forward, I've decided to change the name of my Airsoft YouTube channel to Airsoft Cloner. And much like Clone or Die or other firearms cloning channels, my channel is going to focus on how to replicate weapons that are famously used in video games, movies, pop culture, military history, and specific builds from your favourite media, and how to build them across a budget level, an intermediate level, and a baller level in terms of the cost and the quality of the replica. So say you just want a wall hanger, you know, that you can build off of a basic AEG of, say, the 416 setup that was used to kill Osama bin Laden. You can just buy a cheap AEG, kit it out with cheap copy furniture, accessories, and maybe paint it, and you're good to go. What if you want it to be a usable replica though? Maybe still an AEG, maybe a gas blowback rifle, maybe with some real furniture, real accessories, but still based around a budget option base point. And then if you're shooting for the stars and going fully baller, what's the max budget you could have to spend on a replica of such a firearm? And what are those options there? So I'll explore the cheap, the intermediate, and the baller options for cloning some of the most awesome, most influential military firearms of pop culture. And that's going to be the new direction of my YouTube channel. Now, I will still do reviews and update videos and the Versus video series of the MWS and the VFC V3, even though with the new VFC rifle that is sort of coming to the end of its date, if you wish, like the VFC V3 system. So I do still expect more update videos on that kind of content from me. There just won't be as many more new replicas I'm going to be getting into review and game and test and do long-term reviews on, or any revisits of a lot of the guns that I've already started review series on my channel, just because I've sold them, I've got rid of them, because a lot of them were just money sat there that could have been better spent on stuff for other parts of my life. So moving forward, the Airsoft Cloner channel is going to be a one-stop for all of your favourite Airsoft replica build ideas from your favourite guns used in video games, movies, TV series, military history and pop culture. These videos mean that I don't have to buy loads and loads of stuff. I just have to do a lot of research about what's available and what is accessible in Airsoft. These videos will have more of an approach of the sort of Airsoft advice and beginner's guide videos that I've done, and will take less time for me to create and edit. So hopefully I'll be able to release videos more regularly, more consistently, and help grow this little community. So with that being said, I am open to ideas. I've already got a few. I've already tried to do a few on my channel, but this is open to suggestions. If if you've been following my channel for a while and you want to know all of the options that you have to build your favourite gun from your favourite TV series or movie or video game, I want to hear it. I want to hear some suggestions, and I want to know what it is about it that you find so fascinating, and that what it is that's grabbed you and why it's been able to live rent-free in your brain for however long it has. So sound off in the comments with any suggestions about videos. So sound in the comments for any suggestions. Thank you for checking out this video, and hopefully I'll see you very soon in the next one. Cheers.